And we live. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Gaming News Weekly Live. It's been a crazy week in gaming. Final Fantasy came out. FTC versus Microsoft in court, or could we say Sony versus Microsoft in court? Because that shit's kind of wild. Man, Xbox raised prices of consoles and Game Pass. It's a whole lot to talk about. We're gonna get right into this, bro. So we can start with the price raises because I seen there's a whole lot of mixed consensus out here about the raising of prices of consoles, especially mid fucking generation kind of. I mean, it's 3 years in. It's kind of strange to raise the prices of the console. But I mean, on the other hand, your competitor, the more successful competitor, is selling at a higher rate than you, at a higher price than you, and it doesn't fucking matter. So you're like, first we need to match price because like our system is better than theirs from a technical standpoint, not from a selling standpoint, not from a standpoint of popularity, but on the technology, it should cost more. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Game Pass going up was wild. Game Pass going up was crazy wild. But I mean that had to happen too because their competitor has a service. Their service costs more than theirs, but your service is the better one. How the fuck are you not capitalizing on the price and people are paying that shit? I mean, Sony does have a better kind of model because you can buy for a year at a discount, but I mean, Sony's not putting anything in there anyway. So like you buy it and don't use it at all, and Sony just gets your money. But Game Pass, everybody's using Game Pass that got Game Pass. That's one thing that everybody's using. Game Pass is a really good fucking service, and them bumping the price up a little bit isn't gonna change that, especially with the content coming down the pipeline. It was good before, bro. Coming down the pipeline from Atlas, from Sega, from Microsoft themselves. There's a whole lot of good content coming down the pipeline, and they're gonna capitalize on that because people are definitely gonna join Game Pass for Starfield, for Persona 3 remake, for Avowed. They're gonna join Game Pass for that. Now, the timing of it, Microsoft did say they were gonna raise prices eventually. This is the eventually. Cause Sony did that shit before Christmas time because they knew they're gonna boom in sales. They knew they're gonna boom in sales. So why the hell would they wait? They didn't have to. They're market leader. If they say you pay 600 for my console, niggas paying 600 for that console. They're gonna do it. Why? Because they're number one. They're Mr. Popular. They're in demand. Microsoft, on the other hand, you said they're gonna join Project Spartacus. I mean, yeah, Game Pass is. So I mean, I understand why the prices went up. Do I like it? The Game Pass I do like because Game Pass has been so good for so long that yeah, I do remember Project Spartacus, and it turned out to be PlayStation Plus remastered, bro. That shit's still disappointing to this day. But I understand why it happened. I don't like console prices going up 3 years in because usually console prices go down. Like this is depreciating hardware. I didn't expect the Xbox Series X to be more expensive now than it was at launch. That's fucking weird. And it's only in non-competitive markets that they did this. Because in competitive markets, they didn't raise the price. Why? Because everybody's buying in those markets. Everybody's buying either one. So if your price kind of went up, they're going to go with the cheaper one. Yeah, inflation is another factor that went into it. There's a whole lot of like aspects of business that make sense for why they raised the price. Consumers don't gotta fucking like it. I mean, you can cry about it on Twitter, on YouTube, but like that is a necessary thing that had to happen, and we all knew it was gonna happen eventually. The eventually is right before Starfield comes out because that was a perfect time. They're gonna capitalize on the Starfield popularity, and they're gonna make a lot of fucking money off of it. There's nothing wrong with that because nobody was buying Xbox before they saw Starfield. Then all of a sudden, everybody want to buy an Xbox. Okay, Now we can raise the price. Why? Because Sony raised the price. God of War came out, they boosting prices real fast, bro. But yeah, I don't like it either. Is it a big L? I mean, I can't say it's an L because that is something. It was a necessary thing that had to happen. I don't like it though. I don't have to like it. Nobody has to like it. But I mean, I game on Xbox. I'm a Xbox console player. I use Game Pass, so like it affects me in a way. It's not gonna like hurt my balanced checkbook or nothing like that. It's not gonna like put a dent in my motherfucking budget. But like, it's still one thing that I'm like, damn. If only they didn't have to raise the price. If only they could have just let people see what I would have liked is for them to let people keep the legacy prices they already have. So like if you've been subscribed to Game Pass for like 6 years or something like that, because Game Pass has been around a long time, and you've been paying fucking $15 a month for Game Pass for 6 years, you shouldn't have to pay 17. They shouldn't raise the price of that for everybody that already been in it. So it makes people get in this bitch early before the price goes to 17. But I mean, they're not going to do that. Everybody's going to be paying 17, or everybody's going to be paying 11 or 12. I forget if it went up $1 for base or $2 for base. Xbox should remove games with Go. It's embarrassing. I mean, that is one thing a lot of people have said because Game Pass gets all the good drops that Games with Gold is forgotten for a lot of people. But there's still quite a bit of people that don't have Game Pass that still uses Games with Gold. And Microsoft knows that. They could have got rid of Gold a long time ago. They could have got rid of the paywall for online a long time ago. But then how would that factor into the Game Pass price? Where you pay for Gold anyway. You pay for Game Pass, you pay for Gold, you pay for EA Play, and you pay for PC Game Pass, and you pay for cloud gaming for $17. All of it. So how would that affect the price if they got rid of Gold altogether? It would be a strange thing for people to go through. People that only games with Gold should quit gaming. I mean, yeah, but a lot of people don't like to change things. That's why they love that Sony doesn't change anything. That's why the Sony platform is still sought as the gaming platform that cares about gaming because they haven't changed what it means to be a gamer. You buy your fucking PlayStation Plus, you buy your games, and you just shut up and play them bitches. You get your free games every month. They don't want to change that shit. Microsoft has been trying to change that slowly for a long time. Sony will change live service. Oh yeah, they definitely going live service. That shit's gonna happen. Yeah, people love old fashioned shit. People love that shit. And when people want to stick to their ways, they're gonna go with the people that's not progressing. Microsoft want to see a new gaming industry. Sony's like, we just want to keep the one that we made. Yeah, the one that Sony literally came in and dominated. Remember, Nintendo and Sega was doing good shit. They were friendly, even though they were competitors. Then Sony came in, put Nintendo in the fucking back, put Sega in the dirt. Microsoft rose up from those ashes, and now they're just fighting a war that they wasn't fucking theorized to win ever in their fucking history of conception. And it's a wild thing that people are just now noticing it. Sony's been killing the gaming industry since they created the PlayStation 1. They've been dominating the gaming industry since they created the PlayStation 1. They completely took over with the PlayStation 2. It is wild how long Sony's been in charge. And Sony hasn't changed since the PlayStation 2. They literally haven't changed much. I mean, they adapted to the times. It's a digital era now. They have a digital console. They have paid online for security measures. Like they've adapted to the times, but they haven't changed much from PlayStation 1. They came in hard. They start buying shit up and they start making exclusive content. You play this on PlayStation or you don't play it anywhere. And is they've been dominating the gaming industry ever since. Microsoft came in looking for change, trying to change the way console gaming was, trying to change the way the gaming industry in general was. And Sony's like, no, nigga, this is mine. This is mine. You said Sony getting third party exclusivity, Microsoft getting first party. Crash Bandicoot, fucking. Oh my gosh, bro, that shit's wild, bro. The FTC, bro. We should start on that. So Microsoft versus FTC in court. I think it's like 3 days of court has passed or 2 days of court, and it's a mess in the courtroom, bro. The FTC doesn't know anything about Federal Trade Commissions, and they're the Federal Trade Commission agency, and Microsoft is teaching them how the gaming industry work. Like all these acquisitions has been happening. Sony bought Bungie, Microsoft bought Bethesda, fucking Take Two bought Zynga, and the Federal Trade Commission don't understand how acquisitions work. It was the wildest shit in the world to hear that. And I'm like, y'all literally regulate this shit. You said the trial is just play, in my opinion. It definitely is. It's definitely to just delay time. But it was so wild that they filed for this trial. They wanted to wait. And the judge was like, oh, we're gonna do this shit right now. The FTC did not want the trial to be this quick. They wanted to wait until July, until Microsoft had to let the acquisition go. They wanted to wait it out. And the judge was like, we're going to do this shit right now. Y'all get 5 days on trial, and we're going to do this shit right now. FTC was blindsided by that news. Because they wanted the trial, but they wanted to just wait out Microsoft with the threat of a trial. It is crazy how the trial is started now, and they don't have anything. You said they want remedies. They get them nothing more. I mean, I don't even think they're getting remedies because the way the trial is running right now, they're trying to get a lot of shit for Sony. And Jimothy Ryan didn't even come to trial, bro. He legit recorded a couple videos like he's a YouTuber and sent them into the FTC, answering questions for them. He can't even sit on the stand and get cross-examined. That is crazy. And they let that shit. That's admissible in court. A fucking Avatar Jim Ryan is admissible in court. You can't even ask that nigga questions. They tried to grill Phil on the stand, and they got cooked up for a whole day of trial. Y'all tried to grill this nigga Phil. He was ready. He been practicing this in his mirror, bro. He knew what was coming, and he took their ass to the workhouse. It was crazy how that went in court. But Jimothy Ryan didn't have to show up. Satya and him is going to the courtroom next. He's the motherfucking he's the leader of Microsoft Corp. And he's even going to the stand. But Sony president Jim Ryan don't have to show up. And this is a case on his behalf. It is crazy. It is wild. And the FTC is letting that shit go. You said that secret email was wild. Bro, Jim Ryan was like, yeah, bro, we don't really care about Call of Duty, but we're going to say anything we need to stop this deal. Crazy. The craziness. But that's the poise that Sony think they have in the gaming industry. They've been dominating so long. They're going to believe us. They're going to believe us. And they fucking did. Secret email Jim was like, bro, we don't care. We don't care. We're just going to end this deal real quick. It is so crazy how there's so many small things that happen in the courtroom that, I mean, people were talking about all over Twitter, all over YouTube. But there's one part that, when you read the transcripts and stuff, when they was asking Phil all this stuff, they brought up that Microsoft shipped games on PlayStation. PlayStation don't have to ship games on Xbox, and that's fine. So Microsoft was talking about maybe UK will left behind. I mean, maybe, but they were talking about Phil, them putting games, and Phil was like, yeah, Sony uses the 30% of revenue that they get from us to buy fucking third-party exclusive content to keep away from us. That shit's crazy. Then they start grilling about Minecraft and why Minecraft doesn't have parity with the Xbox. And Phil literally sat on the stand and said, Sony didn't want to give us PlayStation 5s to make Minecraft on PlayStation 5. So that's why Minecraft doesn't run good on PlayStation 5. Sony's fault why we don't have parity. But Sony was crying that Microsoft doesn't keep parity. Microsoft is the ones that want to degrade games and put them on PlayStation. What Microsoft literally said, Sony didn't want to send us a PlayStation 5 dev kit. They didn't want to send us dev kits to make PlayStation 5 games from Xbox Studios, but they want Xbox games. And then they use the Xbox games money that they do make to buy third party deals like Final Fantasy, to buy third party deals like they did with Silent Hill. It is crazy, bro. You said Microsoft is very careful with their wording. Hold on. They would make all future Bethesda games exclusive. I mean, they definitely should. I understand legacy stuff, which is fine. Legacy stuff should be kept the same. Future things, future things with no tie-ins, because people forget that Elder Scrolls doesn't connect together besides the world. The stories don't connect together at all. You say Indiana Jones is clear evidence? That shit was clean, bro. When they came out and they like, why is Indiana Jones exclusive? And P. Hines was like, I mean, we got Indiana Jones. We got bought by Microsoft, and then Microsoft renegotiated the deal. And it's like, what do you do? You said they can if they want to. But yeah, like the exclusivity thing, the FTC was really fighting for Sony to get more games from Microsoft. That shit was weird. That shit was weird. I was reading the transcript from what is his name? It's I think it's False Patent. He's like had the transcript on his thing and he was like talking about it. And reading the shit they were asking about, reading the shit that they wanted from Microsoft, it's like Sony was the ones cross referencing Phil. Like, are you gonna give PlayStation these games? Are you gonna let PlayStation have this no matter what? And it's like, what? Where the fuck is Sony at in this goddamn courtroom? They're not there. The FTC's there, but it's like Sony's lawyers are the ones talking to Microsoft. It is so weird how they're negotiating deals with Phil on the stand, and they trying to get him to commit to all kind of shit. I mean, he didn't. He didn't. He stood 10. But I'm like, Microsoft was doing what Sony did the past generation. That's exactly what they need to be doing. And it was so wild. Phil and the men are just telling the truth. And the FTC seems to be stunned because they're like, wait, we didn't know that. We didn't know that. How did you not know? How do they not know? The shit that they talk about in court, they brought up the fucking console wars in court. The console wars, you bring that to court? FTC is like, you heard of the console wars? The console wars, nigga, fanboyism. Oh, the FTC brought that shit up. I would have threw the whole fucking case out if I was the judge. Like, this nigga to bring fanboys into the courtroom? Get that shit out of here. Microsoft, yeah, we lost the console wars. Two generations ago, we lost the console wars. It's fine. We're third place. Microsoft keep pulling that because they brought up the console wars. They can keep pulling it every time. Us in third place. We're just trying to compete, and that shit is cooking at FTC. FTC brought in Google, which Google came in, completely gutted the FTC on accident. You said the content will drive the consumers. Microsoft been realizing that finally. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what all this is. Microsoft has to buy shit. They literally have to buy whole publishers because they can. Publishers are trying to dismiss them because of Sony. Publishers are really trying to just gut them because of Sony. And it's like, I mean, Sony's literally trying to gut Microsoft with every Japanese developer. It's amazing that Atlas is fucking with Microsoft is hard, but I mean, Sega likes Microsoft. They're cool. They're fighting back against Sony. They're literally trying to avenge Sega for the motherfucking Dreamcast, bro. Microsoft has been trying to avenge the Dreamcast since the fucking Xbox conception. And this is their chance. This is their chance to actually fight back. But I mean, is Sony going to lose? Hell no, bro. Microsoft can get Activision today. All their games drop in Game Pass. Starfield comes out. It's a banger. Everything. Sony's still going to be Sony. But for some reason, the FTC thinks Sony is going to just go to sleep when Microsoft gets Activision. It is crazy. I mean, wasn't it the whole point of Microsoft buying Activision? No, the whole point of Microsoft buying Activision is Sony tried to kick Activision off of Xbox. Sony wanted Starfield exclusive. Microsoft bought the game developer plus the publisher. Facts. That, bro. Microsoft said that about Activision too. So Sony tried to buy Starfield when they bought Ghostwire and Deathloop. And Microsoft was like, oh no, we can't go. If we missing 2 games, we're not missing 3 of them bitches. Because that's 3 years in a generation, you won't have a Bethesda game. That was wild, bro. So they bought ZeniMax Media. We're gonna take those games. You can do whatever you want with that, Sony. The same thing. They had to renegotiate with Activision to give Activision more money from the Xbox ecosystem because Sony was paying them so much. Activision was like, hey, y'all gotta pay us more. We gonna pull Call of Duty from Xbox. That is crazy to hear about because that's not something that you heard in the gaming media. Activision was gonna just walk the fuck away from Xbox because they was making so much money on PlayStation. They didn't need the platform. So Microsoft was like, okay, we're just gonna have to buy fucking Activision, bro. 80-20 is wild. Activision was like, bro, we need more money or we're not staying here because Sony's giving them so much money. And Sony says a 70-30 and they're going to make more money on that anyways. And I'm like, Activision, bro. Sony was so powerful that they got Activision to say that shit to Microsoft. $1 trillion company Microsoft. And they had to abide by that shit. So why not buy the whole fucking company? Now you don't have to pay more for Activision games. You literally own them. And I'm like, it makes sense. Because you're losing 10% of revenue more to Activision because Sony's so powerful. Because Sony has so much revenue to just give the fuck up. To give back to Activision for more exclusive content. To make more money back. It is crazy how that went. And in court you hearing this shit. And I'm like, that is crazy. The gaming industry is ruthless as hell. And Sony's the one orchestrating all of it. Because they've been on top. Since their inception, bro. They've been on top. They know how to gut the fuck out of companies. And they're working fucking hard to do it with Microsoft. They're working really hard. Them buying ZeniMax Media because Starfield was not going to come to Xbox. Phil was like, yeah, bro, we're not doing that. I wonder who told him. Who told Phil that, hey, we might have to make Starfield exclusive to PlayStation. ZeniMax can make that deal any day. Todd Howard doesn't get a fucking choice. He makes games, but he makes games for the people that pay for them. So, if he would have only made a PlayStation 5 Starfield, how the fuck would Starfield look? Because Todd Howard makes PC games. We all know he's a PC platform guy. And then he makes console versions of those. But what the fuck would Starfield look like if it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive game? Would it still have the 100 planets? Would it be running 4K 30? Or would it be 720p 60? Like, we don't know this shit because Xbox kind of saved Todd Howard from having to make Starfield a garbage game. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been a garbage game. You said the original Xbox was basically a PC. Yeah, it definitely was. Just like the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast had Windows running on that bitch. And it was good. You can download music. You can play games. It was a good little console. The original Xbox just took that same inspiration. And then Nvidia, the one made their GPU. It was so good. The original, I mean, they should have stuck with Nvidia when it came to console gaming. But when they switched to AMD, it kind of wavered a little bit. It is strange. But I mean, AMD is cool. They make their content and stuff, but like it's a strange thing that Nvidia didn't make another console with Microsoft. I wish they would. Next Xbox should definitely go Nvidia. Have Nvidia come in, make an Xbox GPU, make it like the 40 series. Because everything equivalent is AMD. And AMD is behind in Nvidia by a lot. You say you love that Microsoft was taking gaming seriously? Yeah, because the Xbox One generation, we all remember what happened there. Microsoft was about to just close fucking shop, bro. Microsoft was going to close shop. Phil brought that shit back around. He brought that shit back around. And what was wild, because they talked to the accountant manager and stuff like that in court as well, but they don't get as much limelight as the rest of it. But they talked about it in court that Xbox actually makes money for Microsoft. Xbox isn't making a loss for every year that Microsoft is running Xbox. Xbox has been making money. Probably not on console sales, but Microsoft's a software company. They know exactly what the fuck to do with software, and they've been making money year over year for Microsoft as Xbox as it is now. and they're going to continue to make money. So this $70 billion acquisition isn't taking a loss at Microsoft. Microsoft is investing in Xbox because Xbox makes fucking money. And I'm like, everybody's saying that Xbox isn't profitable. Microsoft is just taking a loss on all this shit. That's a fucking lie. That's just out of the fucking window because they already came into court and said, no, Xbox is making money. That's why Microsoft kept their ass open. Microsoft ain't gonna let Xbox operate at a loss. So Phil created Game Pass, created PC Day and Date, so Xbox can create money to stay in business because Microsoft ain't gonna let their ass operate at a loss to just sink fucking Microsoft from the inside. It's not going like that. That's why Phil is being so aggressive with these deals because he got to keep Xbox afloat, so he keeps his fucking job. So Microsoft keeps Xbox as a whole, and I'm like, damn, it's really a battle out here, and Phil's in that shit for real. Gotta love it. Yeah, investing in a profitable company is not a loss because it's profitable. That means they're gonna keep making more profit, and a profit that they want is from the mobile side of Activision. So Activision might just stay the same, kind of like how Blizzard is. I mean, they're gonna make exclusive Xbox content too, but like how Blizzard is with PlayStation, I think Activision is gonna kind of be like that with Microsoft, except with the mobile stuff because the mobile stuff is what Microsoft really want. Phil said that too in the courtroom. He's like, he went to the CFO of Microsoft and they started looking at mobile people to buy, and they were always going to buy Zynga, even though Zynga's small. They was going to buy Zynga to start making a mobile app store, but then Take-Two bought Zynga, and they're like, okay, we need somebody bigger. We need somebody stronger in the mobile space. Activision was up for sale, so the CFO was like, hey, go get Activision. Phil was like, let's get it. And they went over there to get Activision. And that's where all this came from. It never started with Call of Duty. I don't think it's ever going to be ending with Call of Duty. It's all been for King this whole time. It's been for King this whole time. The Activision part of the deal is just a bonus. They could just make the money off Call of Duty's name. You said imagine ABK Microsoft buying Take-Two. That should be wild. No, I don't think any industry in the world could let that ride. You said filling them trenches for real. He is, bro. And that's why he sat in the courtroom in his suit. Nigga looking kind of pudgy, cooking their ass. But, bro, I don't think they'll let them buy Take-Two. That's one thing. I don't know, bro. I don't think I could stand next to Microsoft if they bought Take-Two. Because Take-Two doing their own thing, bro. Let Take-Two be themselves. Like if Sony or Xbox went out to buy Take-Two, I'd just be disappointed. I'd be high-key disappointed. Because Take-Two, I mean, they've been producing the same game for 11 years now. It's still Grand Theft Auto 5. And we're like 13 years older. It's still Grand Theft Auto 5, bro. They do not care. So they're making so much money over there, they don't even need another game. If a company came in to buy Take-Two, you said Activision Blizzard fails, Microsoft going to buy Take-Two, I believe it. I mean, that makes sense. Like if they can't buy Activision because they won't be able to buy Activision again for 10 years. If they fail to buy them right now, they can't buy them for another 10 years. So Activision literally has to stay on the market for 10 years, probably tanking or growing, and then Microsoft can come back and reassess the deal again. But I mean, if they fail and they go try to get Take-Two, I kind of understand that. Because Take-Two got Zynga, which they wanted Zynga to begin with, but Zynga was kind of small. Activision had King, which was bigger. So if they want mobile space, they go buy Take-Two, they get Zynga from them. Take-Two smaller, but they do have still one of the biggest franchises in the world, which is fucking Grand Theft Auto. Crazy. That'd be a crazy deal. But like if they make the Activision Blizzard deal, they do not need to go buy fucking Take-Two. That'd just be consolidation to the max, bro. They do not need to buy Take-Two. Because they already have what they want. They have King, so they can build their mobile app, so they can start fucking with Google on their territory, fucking with Apple on their territory, and then they got Activision and Blizzard, which is going to make live service games. They're going to make continuous amounts of money, even though Activision is getting boycotted right now for Call of Duty for the fuck shit that they did, which is all right. But they're going to have to clean that whole fucking company up. They should buy Sony and Nintendo. No, because we need Sony to be Sony. So Microsoft can be Microsoft. So Xbox can be Xbox. We gonna need Sony and Nintendo to be themselves. Nintendo not competing in the gaming market, even though they're practically winning. When it comes to customer satisfaction guarantees, Nintendo is winning every time. Tears of the Kingdom came out, best game ever rated. People love that shit. The Switch is still selling like hot fire. And shut them down. No, because that would kind of ruin the gaming dynamic. Like if Microsoft was the last man standing in gaming, I don't think it'd be a bad thing because the PC will still get every fucking game to exist. But then we wouldn't have the Nintendo Switch for sure. I guess Sony isn't much different. There wouldn't be a different type of gaming. I mean, if Xbox got all of Sony games and just put all them bitches on PC, I don't think anybody would care that Sony's gone. But would Sony Studios still act the same if they weren't getting threatened with losing funding if they didn't make a good game? I don't know. I don't know, because Sony threatened the fuck out of their developers. They're like, hey, you need time and money? You better give me a 90 on Metacritic or you're not getting another game. And it's like, damn, you're going to turn into a support studio. That shit's crazy. Oh, yeah, Sony wouldn't mind if Xbox died. Because Sony's already number one. So, like, if number three died, it doesn't matter to them. They in first place, bro. They in first place. They not looking back. They're looking forward. They're just trying to lap Microsoft. They lapped Microsoft for years, bro. Microsoft trying to make that time up. And Sony's like, yeah, bro, we're not gonna let y'all catch up. We're gonna pop y'all tires, bro. Go to the pit stop. Go get that fixed. We're still gonna be racing, bro. They throwing out spike strips on the track. They throwing fucking red shells backwards. Nigga, they Mario Karting the fuck out of Microsoft. You said they are first place for now. They gonna still be first place for this generation. I don't think it's gonna change until the next generation of consoles come out, which they said is like 2028, which is a lot closer. That feels close. It's 5 years, but that feels close, bro. 5 years, the next console comes out. I mean, that's standard time, but it feels so much closer than like I feel like the Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be a launch title for the next Xbox. Exclusive launch title for the next Xbox, Elder Scrolls 6. Because since Todd is done with Starfield, he's about to put that out. It's about to be booming for the next 5 years. Modern community gonna come in with the creation kit, start making all kind of shit in that universe. Yeah, yeah. In court when they were talking about that, and they like, yeah, we don't even know shit about the Elder Scrolls 6 yet. I'm like, it's gonna be a next gen launch title. It's not even gonna matter because 5 years from now, Bethesda's gonna be making Xbox games. Everybody's gonna be used to it now. I mean, they need to get used to it already. But you said throw bananas too, yeah, bro. They making the track real fuck. Nigga, the obstacles are crazy. But yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be a launch title for the next Xbox, and fanboys are gonna be pissed. That shit's gonna be pissed. You said they announced it 5 years ago. Wow. Which is, see, that's one thing Bethesda shouldn't have done because they know they weren't going to work on that shit for 10 years. They already knew they weren't even going to work on the Elder Scrolls 6 for a while because they've been working on Starfield this whole time. They all hands on deck, the whole studio. That means there's not a single developer at Bethesda working on Elder Scrolls. Everybody's working on Starfield. There's not a single person working on the Elder Scrolls. So, like, how the fuck is the Elder Scrolls gonna be a 10-year developed game? Todd announced PlayStation. I mean, Fallout 5. Hold on, what did Nini say? He said, "Why did the FCTC dude come in full PlayStation gear?" I don't know, bro. They came in kitted out, PlayStation 5, bro. They had the white and blue strips, nigga. They had the wings up, nigga. Their collar was popped. It was crazy. We like, what the fuck are they doing? Nigga, the courtroom was just fanboyed up. It was fanboyed up. It's crazy. You said Todd announced Fallout 5. Fallout 5 is going to be another Xbox exclusive game. See, but I would understand if Fallout went to PlayStation. I would understand if Fallout went to PlayStation. I would understand if Elder Scrolls went to PlayStation because those games did go to PlayStation at one point. But it would definitely hit hard if them bitches were exclusive to Xbox and PC. That should be devastating. People would be done. Fallout 5 is 2033 title. That shit's wild. That's hellas, bro. A whole 10 years. I mean, it makes sense. Because in 5 more years, we get Elder Scrolls 6. 5 more years after that, we'll get Fallout 5. That shit's crazy. Todd Howard gonna be an ancient ass nigga still making some of the best games to ever exist. This dude had the nerve to ask why Halo ain't on PlayStation. Like, what? That's wild, bro. Phil was like, yeah, the same reason PlayStation don't put Spider-Man on Xbox. Cooking their ass in there. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. They were in there literally arguing on Sony's behalf without Sony being there. You said Elder Scrolls 6 is Todd Howard's last game? Elder Scrolls, what? I mean, it should be. He should retire the GOAT. Todd, like, Starfield comes out and it bangs. Everybody's going to be hyped for Elder Scrolls 6. That comes out. Xbox launch title. Todd's last game. And it fucking bangs out. It sells consoles. He can retire the GOAT. The greatest game director in history, bro. Who's going to take that title from him? Man's has got Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, nigga, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and he just goes to retire, bro. A happy millionaire, bro. He just making so much money. That'd be crazy. Who's going to take his spot? Who knows? Miyazaki? Bro, no. Miyazaki. See, look, Miyazaki just came up to star status. See, that's the thing. Miyazaki just came up to star status. Because Miyazaki was legit like a second-class citizen until Sekiro came out. People loved him, for sure. He had his friends. Miyazaki is... No. Miyazaki's not better than Todd. Miyazaki's not better than Todd, bro. Bro, Todd sold Skyrim on every platform to exist. The only other person to ever do that is Minecraft from Mojang in motherfucking Grand Theft Auto 5. Miyazaki hasn't done that. You say Miyazaki never let me down? I mean, you could say Todd let somebody down with like Fallout 76. But like, Fallout 76 was like an overseeing job. It wasn't his job. It wasn't his studio's job. It was ZeniMax Media's job. Todd just made sure they got the Fallout shit right. Which they did. They just had a horrible game. I can't put that on Todd's resume because that's not Todd's game. Todd's game has been Starfield this whole time. So I don't know. I see what you mean though, because Miyazaki hasn't taken an L. You said Todd overpromised. I mean, he stayed doing that shit. Did you hear the overpromises he made for fucking Skyrim? Did you? That nigga Todd stay hyping up his games because he has a vision. Todd's a visionary, bro. That's why he's God Howard. Because sometimes it's metaphorical. His vision is like all seeing. But he's like 100 Indians. There's no 100 Indians. Nigga, there's never 100 Indians. There's one. But I mean, I think he was just like, you can stop playing the game 100 different ways. And I understand that. Because in Skyrim, literally, there was a couple characters that I made in Skyrim where I only did one thing. If I want to roleplay as a thief, I made a character. I went to the Thieves Guild and I only did thief shit the whole fucking game. 20, 30 hours of just thiefing. Breaking in people's houses. Getting my lockpicking skill up. Nigga, rebuilding the Thieves Guild. And that's all I did on the character. There's unarmed characters where I just run around fucking suplexing people. I did that. There's no other game that they allow you to just have that much freedom. And I didn't even see a dragon the whole game. because I didn't start the Dragonborn storyline. That's just unique, bro. That's something Todd gives to the people, and that's why everybody's so hyped for Starfield. Because you can literally play 20 hours of this game and only be a space pirate. You don't gotta know shit about Starfield, bro. You just go in there, you build a ship, you fight other ships. That shit's gonna be crazy. You said what would make him worthy of such a title? Skyrim made him worthy of such a title. What do you mean? He's God Howard. He's been God Howard for a long time. Yeah, it just works, bro. That's why God Howard got his name. That's his philosophy, bro. It just works. We don't know why it worked. God Howard just makes it work. And it's like, okay. I mean, God Howard said it. Once he made Oblivion, he ascended to godhood, bro. Because we all know what Elder Scrolls looked like before Oblivion came out. They were kind of scuffed. Morrowind was cool, but it was an Xbox game. Oblivion was an Xbox game. Skyrim was everybody's game. Fallout 3 was such a good game, bro. I just hate that the game ended so trash. Like the ending of Fallout 3 made me so upset that I was so proud of Obsidian when they made Fallout New Vegas as good as it was. That's when Obsidian became like one of my favorite studios. I need to get them on the wall. I need to get a disc plate from Fallout New Vegas, bro. I need to get that on the wall, bro. Because they did so well with everything Todd wanted from the game. It made everything better. Obsidian literally put themselves on the map. They made so much good shit for Fallout. And that's why Fallout 4 feels so stale. It feels so like underwhelming. Because Fallout New Vegas was so good. You said wait for a vow to make your display? High key. I mean, is display gonna make a vow posters? They might. They might. There's some of them that's missing because like KOTOR doesn't have a poster, which is crazy because I wanted KOTOR to be in the middle, but for some reason KOTOR doesn't have a display, and I'm like, what? KOTOR, one of BioWare's most popular games ever created, one of the greatest Star Wars masterpieces to ever be written, doesn't have a display. That shit kind of wounded me, but I mean, I got Xeno there, so Xeno's cool. But display didn't come bigger than that. I wanted a bigger one. It didn't come bigger than that. So yeah, that kind of wounded me. Cause I wanted KOTOR to be right in the middle. KOTOR is gonna be right in the middle, bro. Because that is Bioware at their finest. Or like Jade Empire. Jade Empire was good. They should bring that back. You said you got Red Dead Redemption in your room? Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. That game is so, bro. This one thing, see, I enjoy the hell out of Rockstar games because the minor detail, the game is so animated. They have an animation for everything, which people don't understand. I mean, the game run. That's why it didn't go to 60 frames because like all those animations, bro, they have to speed all of that shit up to make it look normal. But I mean, Arthur Morgan has an animation for everything. Everything is so clean. It's so seamless for him to do things. Mount a horse, dismount a horse, pull out a gun, take his fucking hat off. Everything is so clean in that game. But it's like, I'll run that shit at fucking 10 frames per second. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. Don't quote me on that. But I mean, it's a clean ass game. And everything looks so fucking good. Yeah, because it's literally a cowboy life simulator. This man grows hair. He grows hair, bro. What game character you know grows hair during the game? Like in time, not just a cutscene happens and oh his hair is different. His face is different. He grew up a little. No. You literally watch this nigga Arthur Morgan grow facial hair. You watch this man grow actual hair. You say you couldn't play it again? Bro. People people when they talked about Red Dead 2 and how the game ends, nobody wanted to play it again. Cause they were like, I'm not getting attached again just to lose my nigga. And it's like I understand what they mean, bro. I really understand what they mean. Cause you literally live as this nigga Arthur Morgan. For how long, bro? The game long as fuck. You could be a hunter, a fisher, be skinning shit. You'd be a bounty hunter. You and her having a good old time, and then all of a sudden the game ends, and you're like, wait, this is it? Yes, this is the fucking end, bro. And you don't want to do it again. You don't want to play this shit a second time. Not because it's a bad game. It's because, like, do you really want to put yourself through that torment of knowing what's coming? You know what's coming, but you still got to enjoy yourself the whole time. It is wild, bro. It is wild. It's good that no leaks and shit came out for Red Dead 2, so it didn't ruin people's experience of the game. And people got through the game and got to the end. And it's like, damn, that's an ending right there. But yeah, Red Dead 2 is a wild experience. The people that play that shit for YouTube, I salute them. I salute the hell out of them because they are dedicated. Their game long as shit. There's so much walking and talking, and there's so much empty space full of wilderness and shit, wild encounters, and you have to capture all of that shit, edit it down to be a watchable video is crazy. Bro, content creators, they surprise the hell out of me all the time. Because some people can make that shit work. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people. Content creators can make that shit work. Go on to the next bit of news, bro. Final Fantasy 16 came out. Received a whole lot of hundreds. A whole lot of 10 out of 10s. A whole lot of high praise from the gaming media. As being like a full-on banger, a masterpiece. And then the game actually comes out to the public. And the game is just as generic as every other third-person action game. And you're like, what the fuck was the critics playing? The game runs at 720p, 60 frames per second. And other times, it runs at 1080p, 33 frames per second, 40 frames per second. And I'm like, did the gaming media play the same fucking game Sony sold to their fans? I don't know if they did. It is crazy. 720p 60? 11 hours of cutscenes? Bro, one of my favorite content creators right now is he's playing the game. He's uploading it to his channel. And the first episode is 30 minutes long. And the whole time he's watching the fucking game. He gets to play one tutorial fight and then he watches the game again. The whole fucking 30-minute video is him watching the game. He didn't even get to fucking play. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You can't skip it? Nothing. There's unskippable cutscenes. He literally watched the game for the first 30 minutes. And I'm like, damn. 80% cutscenes, bro. That is crazy. And this is what they love. Final Fantasy 16 made by Kojima. Fucking dead. That's exactly what it is. And they were hyping up this story. And like, I'm watching it because he's enjoying the game. And I'm like, I watch content creators that enjoy the game because I know I don't like Final Fantasy. But he's going to play the game. I'm going to just watch it to see what happens. He's enjoying it. I'm talking about this man do the same combo in every battle. The same 3-hit combo. Maybe with a special attack at the end. And I'm like, this is the gameplay they hyped up? It is crazy. The story, mediocre at best, bro. I'm talking about, there's parts of the game that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? The main character is hot garbage, bro. Yes, 87 on Metacritic, bro. And Sony fans were mad at that. Because of all the hundreds it was getting. When people gave it an 80. When people gave it a 60 because the game was fucking bad. People was like, oh, we shouldn't trust these critics. And it's like, no, those are the only critics I fucking trust. The ones that say, bro, oh my god, hold on, let's go to Metacritic real quick. We going on a tangent. We going to Metacritic. Real quick, like, cause there's some of the fucking reviews for this game are outrageous, bro. Hold on. Let me get this going for the people in the chat. Oh, I'm butchering. Yeah, it's people's fucking game of the year. It is crazy, bro. So hold on. Let's get into these reviews, bro. Let's get into these reviews, bro. Combat visuals and audio work is well put together, delivers a frantic action role playing game that gives you tons of fun. Really, nigga? Final Fantasy is gorgeous, epic, oozes polish. Oozes polish, 720p 60 is polished, bro. Burly 1440p 30 is polished. 1080p 44 frames per second is polished now. That is crazy. When Redfall came out, 4K 30, it was 4K. It was 30 frames. The game looked good. The game looked good. Oh my gosh, bro. It's crazy. They killed Redfall for being exactly what they said it was going to be. Look, GameRant gained this shit 100, and then they start the fucking thing with, this game is no means perfect. It's no means perfect, but you gave that shit 100, GameRant. What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying? These are the critics that run the gaming media. This is what we have to deal with on the daily basis as gamers. GameRant literally said the game's not perfect, but they gave that shit 100. A perfect score. What the fuck does that mean? That means Sony paid you to get that shit a score. Sony paid you. That's the only reason you would get that shit 100 and say this game is not no means perfect. That's crazy, bro. That is wild. And this is the shit we gotta deal with. The only game of the year game is Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man 2, and Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Is the big three. I mean, Spider-Man 2 isn't even out yet. And it looks like Spider-Man 1. So it's like, is it really game of the year candidate? I mean, it could be. It could be a good game. Yeah, bro, I ain't played Final Fantasy since 15. I didn't like 15. I said that quite a bit. I beat the game. But like at the end of the game was so boring, bro. They're like, I was just ready to end it. Final Fantasy 16 is a mid Devil May Cry ripoff. That's exactly what it is. Cause combat, look, and that's the thing. The content creator I'm talking about, he just finished running through the Devil May Cry like franchise to prepare to play this game. He literally live streamed Devil May Cry every day of every week. He played Devil May Cry 2, 3, and 4, getting ready for this game to come out. Cause he plays it exactly like Final Fantasy. It's exact the same combat. Yeah, you said Final Fantasy 7 Remake was great. Final Fantasy 7 in general was great. So them remaking the game, they made it look better. They made it play like an action game, which a lot of people didn't like, because I like turn-based games. If they're good. I mean, Final Fantasy 7 is a good game. I played it, the original one. It's on Xbox. It wasn't Game Pass at the moment. Final Fantasy 16 set a new benchmark in action RPG. With rich and fantasizing story and layers. Bro, come on now. Stop lying to people. They really lying to people. A 100. And then you come out and you look at the benchmark. 720p 60. Repetitive combo combat, bro. That is wild. You say you understand why Phil Spencer said on the Kind of Funny Games podcast? Yeah, because this is a gaming media, bro. Why is it getting all these hundreds? Now let every one of these people come in and give Starfield an 80. Because something's missing. Because, oh, this bugged out. Oh, because the frame rate dipped right here. Let any of them give Starfield an 80 for fucking issues. For any minute issue, bro. And you gonna know that it's just media bias. It is crazy. Look at all these fucking hundreds. Final Fantasy is a game from the franchise worthy of new gen consoles. No, the fuck it's not. It runs at 720p. How is that worthy of new gen consoles? That is crazy, bro. The narrative, the graphics, the game design is literally a corridor game. You literally walk down corridors in this game. It has a couple open world parts, but you literally walk down the same street. You walk straight the whole fucking game. You don't get to go investigate some random shit anytime you want. No. You literally walk down a linear game, a linear story, no cross sections. You can't make a fucking decision. And they call it an RPG. It's another third-person action game that Sony loves to make. It just adds to the third person action game list. And they saying like, oh, this is a new thing. Clive's anti-hero journey. Bro, this nigga Clive is not an anti-hero. He's just another misunderstood nigga in the game. It is crazy, bro. These are the people we have judging games for us. They just lie. They just lie. 100th, and they just lie, bro. The game is extra fucking linear, bro. It is wild. This is what we have to put up with. All hundreds. Final Fantasy 16 has no problem rising above the rest, but it plays exactly like God of War. It plays exactly like fucking Forspoken for sure. They have the same combat system. Forspoken had better combat system actually because that shit was different. That shit plays like every third person action game to ever exist. Final Fantasy 16 rises above the fucking rest. You play exactly like every other third person action game Sony has on their platform. You might have more adult themes in your story, slightly, but it's not nothing too obscene. It's not nothing people haven't seen before. It's just as cliche as every other fucking story. It has the same tropes in every fucking anime. It is crazy, bro. This is wild. 97. A 96. Quote forthcoming. They ain't even put a fucking quote. They just gave that shit a 96 and walked the fuck away. They ain't even gotta put a fucking review no more. They literally just slapped that shit right there and then walked the fuck away. And now this game is gonna be touted as a game of the year candidate. 10 out of 10 this, 10 out of 10 that. And then the game came out and the fans of the game literally like, what the fuck are we playing? What is this? This is not what the critics said it was. And they say one of the best role-playing titles made in Japan in a long time. What the fuck is the role-play aspect? Where is the role-play aspect, bro? You don't get to role-play in this game. You play as Clive, and you look at Clive do dumb shit for 30 hours. And then you cut that shit off. You have a couple Pokemon battles. That is it, bro. Final Devil May Cry Fantasy. Facts! That's exactly what it is. It is so wild that this is what the gaming media did. They just lied. They lied so good. They lied so good, bro. And like PlayStation Sins, PlayStation Universe, they gave it less scores than the gaming critics did. They gave it a 95. They gave it a 95. It is wild how gaming media gave this shit 100. Geoff is definitely gonna get this shit more than a nomination. It's probably gonna win a Game of the Year award. It's gonna win a Game of the Year award. It might just be something mediocre like sound design or some shit, but it's gonna win Game of the Year award. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna beat Zelda. There's no fucking way it beats Zelda. But it's definitely gonna win a Game of the Year award. It's gonna be an insignificant one, but it doesn't deserve a single fucking one. And this game can only run on the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 is the reason this game exists at 720p 60. And I'm like, y'all literally said that out your own mouth, bro. I made the video on it. They literally said that shit. They're gonna ignore Hi-Fi Rush Just Watch. There's no fucking way. Hi-Fi Rush scored higher than this. Scored higher than Final Fantasy. There's no way they get to ignore Hi-Fi Rush. They're going to. I mean, Geoff probably will. Is it going to be in the running for Game of the Year? If Final Fantasy is, Hi-Fi better be on that stage. Why 2 discs for Final Fantasy? I don't know. Maybe because all the cutscenes? Because all the cutscenes are running at like 4K. So they rendered all the cutscenes perfectly. But then you go from cutscene to actual game, and it goes from 4K to 1080p. 1080i, bro. Not even 1080p. 1080i. You know, the one that goes cross-section. The worst version of 1080. That's exactly what it does. It is wild. And they just let Sony get away with that shit. They let Sony get away with that shit. And what can we do as fans? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. We gotta sit here and look at the gaming media. The people that represent the gamers lie about a good game. I'm not saying Final Fantasy is not a good game, but them saying it's a great game, it's the best game, there's no fucking way. Too many cutscenes make sense. It needed a second disc. Yeah. Because the game is mostly fucking watching. Oh yeah, God of War. Yeah, he rigged it so God of War can get in when he definitely held Forza Horizon out of it when they came out in the same week, years apart. It is crazy. We all know Geoff is a PlayStation fan. We all know that. We saw Summer Game Fest where he literally replayed the Sony PlayStation Showcase again on his stage, dropped Sony release dates on his stage, Sony exclusive Final Fantasy game on his stage. He doesn't care about the gaming industry. He cares that Sony gives him exclusive deals, exclusive content. They didn't even put on their own stage. It is crazy, bro. That is the power of Sony in the gaming industry right now. 100 out of 100. Not a perfect game, but you gave it 100 though. Explain that. Like, oh, it's just so good that like I couldn't give it anything lower, even though it's not perfect. Get the fuck out of here, game, right? That's why I make the video on articles that I do. That's why I literally make the videos that I do. Because I'm not about to sit here and lie. What the fuck I look like? I play games because I enjoy that shit. I don't get paid. Spider-Man 2 release date was a mad moment in that showcase. I mean, it was one of those what the fuck is going on moments for me. I was sitting there. Insomniac came out talking that same shit they did on Sony stage. Lovely. Spider-Man looks like Spider-Man. It's fine. The black suit looked like garbage. Go back to PlayStation 2, bro. It was a better suit back then. Go grab that bitch and import it. That's all you have to do. Just go get the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 2 black suit from Spider-Man 3 and put that shit in Sonic X Spider-Man. It'll work. It's fine. They got concept art though. That shit was, bro. People were hyped about the Venom concept art. And I'm like, that's a fucking picture. It's a picture, not even in game. It was so crazy. And I'm like, what does Venom look like in game? He probably looks like shit, just like the black suit. They didn't show that nigga though. You gotta wait. But they showed the concept art, what they want him to look like. And I bet he doesn't look like that when the game comes out. I bet he look like a fucking blob of black mass. You think gaming would get back to focusing more on gameplay and creativity? I mean, Microsoft's trying to. Microsoft is really fucking trying to. But you see, the gaming media leans toward what Sony leans towards. And what? Narrative driven, over the shoulder, third person action games. That's all you That's all you get. You get over the shoulder third person action games. Narrative driven, cutscene heavy. No, you don't make any choices in this shit. But it's supposed to have RPG elements. What the fuck are the RPG elements? You can level up your combos? What the fuck? That's an action game. Every action game you can level up combos. You can do that shit in God of War 3. You can do that shit in God of War. That's not a fucking role-playing game. It's a third-person action game. You said Spider-Man 2 gonna be buggy? Hopefully it's not, because I really respect Insomniac's work. I don't like that suit is so ugly, bro. They haven't accomplished anything new. But I'm expecting Spider-Man 2 to be like Spider-Man 1, or at least Miles Morales. So it'd be kind of sad if Insomniac kind of like falls off and Spider-Man 2 isn't good. I'd just be disappointed as like a fan of the developer. I don't even care about the game because I ain't played a Spider-Man game since PlayStation 2. They're all the same to me. It's not like it's going to be a different experience. It's a so-called RPG. You can't even create your own character. There's some RPGs where you can't create your own character. Like Mass Effect is kind of one of those. But like you role play the character that they build, So like the world is your role play thing. So like in Skyrim, everything is your role play thing. You can literally play Skyrim a million different ways and like not even have the same experience as somebody else. But then you play games like Dragon Age, you create your own character and you go through that story, but then you craft that story the way you want it to based on the decisions that you make in the game. That's where the roleplay aspect comes. You still play the Grey Warden. You can't be anything else. But your Grey Warden is going to be different from somebody else's. So there's different elements to role playing games. It's just Final Fantasy have zero of them. Zero roleplay elements. And they say it's a role playing game, and it's like, which type? Because you don't make decisions, you don't make your own character. You you watch the game, you don't even play it. You said Foam Stars Game of the Year. When is Foam Stars coming out? That's what I want to know, bro. I don't know. When do Foam Stars come out? I don't think it has a release date. Does it? Foam Stars. Multiplayer shooter, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. There's so many PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games coming out. Sony really love the PlayStation 4, bro. They do not want to let that shit go. Square Enix do got some big ass franchises. Final Fantasy has sold 173 million units worldwide. Dragon Quest has sold over 85 million units worldwide. That is crazy. Square Enix is flexing with two fucking titles, bro. They can create another good game. They have two titles though, Final Fantasy and Dragon's Quest. Them bitches are gonna sell. You said FPS boost for Final Fantasy. I mean, for Fallout 4 was released last week. Wait, what? Hold on. So Fallout 4 has FPS boosted on Xbox. Where the fuck is the next gen update? They FPS boosted it. Damn, Sony's not getting the next gen update. That's crazy. Because Microsoft will just FPS boost any fucking game they want. 60 FPS. See, I need to play Fallout 4, like legit play Fallout 4. Because I don't. Something about it. It just doesn't work. Something about that game, bro. I just don't like it. I can't put my finger on it. Cause I played a couple times. I modded the fuck out the game. I modded the fuck out of Fallout 4. But like it's something about the game that it doesn't connect with me like Fallout 3 and New Vegas did. I don't know. I think it's just the aspect of I don't know. It just not works. I mean, it's not like the game's bad. Is what I'm saying. Like the game's not bad. It's just it's like it doesn't feel like Fallout to me. And that's why I don't play it. Because when I play a Fallout game, I'm thinking Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. And then I play Fallout 4 and it feels like I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm playing Fallout. It's a weird blend of games. I mean it works for fans of Fallout that want to be in the universe again, which I understand. Like the universe of Fallout is what people really like. But the gameplay of Fallout is what I really liked. And that shit's gone. That is not in Fallout no more. You said I can't get into Fallout 4 like I did with New Vegas and 3. Yeah, it's a weird feeling going into Fallout 4. Like the game looks good, subjectively anyway. I mean, there's high graphic games, but like for its time, Fallout 4 looked good. It played good. It was smooth. Characters and stuff. It like I had a good time playing it. It's just as I played the game, I felt less and less like I wanted to play it. And I couldn't tell you what it was. It just didn't feel like I was playing a Fallout game that I wanted to play. It felt like I was playing something different. I don't even know what the fuck I'm thinking of. It's just one of those things, bro. I can't describe it. I cannot describe it. It's a strange feeling when I play that game. But I always want to give it a more of a chance because I played the Outer Worlds. And after I played the Outer Worlds, I was like, I should definitely go play Fallout 3. I mean Fallout 4. You said Infection and Halo is fire? Wait, that already came out? I thought that was a July update. I swear I thought that was the July update. What? I need to go try it. I hike you need to go try out Infected. I thought that was just the July update. I think I got the dates wrong. What the fuck are they launching in July then? I know I've seen something. It's the June update. Holy shit. Damn, I definitely missed. Because I thought Battlefield is the one that came with the June update because they were changing a whole lot of shit for Battlefield. And then the July update for Halo was going to add Infection and something else. Something with Forge. I forget what it was. It was something with Forge and it was Infection. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up bad. I completely missed that. But yeah, with Fallout 4, I said I was going to give it another try after I beat the Outer Worlds. Because the Outer Worlds felt like Fallout 4. But it wasn't Fallout, so I kind of enjoyed it more. Maybe because it was space bound. And it was, you know, different. Fallout I expected to be grimier, dirtier, like darker. It was a lighthearted game. I think that's what it is. The theme of the game it's too light because Fallout 3 was fucking grueling. Fallout 3 was a dark game. That shit was dark. You could do a lot of bad shit. You said the Outer Worlds over Fallout? I can't say that because Fallout has 3 and New Vegas in it. And those games are masterpieces of games. Now, you say Outer Worlds is better than Fallout 4, I definitely second that because I didn't like Fallout 4. I played the fuck out of the Outer Worlds. That shit was funny. It was fun. Like I had the stick that discombobulate people. It was great. I had a good old fucking time. But Fallout 4, I don't know. The little talking robot. Your character talks too. Outer Worlds greater than Fallout franchise? Impossible. No, I can't second that. No. I can't second that. Because New Vegas exists. New Vegas exists. And as long as New Vegas exists, I can't give that. Even though Obsidian made both of those games. Obsidian made both of them. I just can't give. No. Nah, though. Fallout 3 was still so good, bro. Fallout 3 was just so good. You say you can't get into the Outer Worlds either? Outer Worlds is a weird game. Now, Outer Worlds is a weird game. I liked it mostly because it was sci-fi. It had space travel and shit. I've been giving Fallout 4 more of a chance over the weekend, and I gotta be real. It wasn't as dry as I normally felt. It's not sweeping Fallout 3 though. The Outer Worlds is beautiful. The Outer Worlds does look really fucking good. It's colorful as hell. Everything is so unique about the design of the game too, from the ships to the way the clothing, the suits are, the weapons, the buildings, the structures that they got. Everything was so well designed too. Some of like the little dungeon places that you like go through doing combat. Some of those shits are well designed. The little mini puzzles that they have, like opening doors and shit. Clean ass gaming experience. I can't lie. Combat is way better than Fallout. I mean, that is true. That is true. But I mean, I liked Fallout because of the combat was so. I don't know. It was like slow paced. That's why fast paced Fallout feels so weird. Because Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas was so strategic, even though it was a shooting game. You have to strategize how you're going to battle because, like, there was no aiming, technically. You can kind of aim, but they didn't have aim down sight until Obsidian added that in. So you was like shooting from the hip because you didn't know how to shoot anyway. And, like, ammo and shit was scarce, so you didn't want to get in mini gun battles because you didn't have a lot of bullets. And your guns would just break over time. Yeah, the pacing of the game, that's what made Fallout. And then it became just like a fast-paced shooter where you was like sliding around and shooting at people. And I'm like, what is going on? The fucking pipe pistol doing hella damage. You said ESR should make a Fallout game? No. That should be crazy. Like you'll be fighting Mirelurks and shit, ghouls. You'll be the ghoul slayer. You'll just be out just killing ghouls the whole time, or killing super mutants, or all of them. Just get like a desolate wasteland, and it's just the survivor. He comes out of a fucking pod. He has a shotgun, and he just start kicking doors in, just blasting motherfuckers, bro. That'd be a clean ass game. I ain't even gonna fake it. Id Software can make anything a good game. That's why they need to make a Halo game. Give id Software the Halo IP and let they ass make a fucking Halo game, bro. It don't even have to be big, bro. It could be like 10 hours. 10 hours. It could be a standalone game, kind of like Halo Reach was. You create a Spartan. Well, they create a Spartan, you know. And this nigga just goes off, like against the flood or something. That should be cool. You said Deathclaw Eternal? Hey. Hey, Deathclaw Eternal would be really fucking good. Deathclaws is kind of OP. But then you get the mech suit, and then they just turn into children. So it's like the what do you call it? The like rundown effect of Fallout 4 is just gone. Because yeah, you can just pick up many fucking guns and build them, craft them any way you want. You got the mech suit, and all you gotta do is go find a battery, and then you'll become a fucking superhuman. And it's like, bro, like the power armor did not feel like a tank back then. Like it was good armor. It protected you from a lot of shit. But the power armor in Fallout 4 make you into a god. You get in the power armor and you're shutting down any fucking place. You do not have to worry. And then your armor can take damage. You just repair that shit. Build a new armor. It is so strange. It is so strange. But see, with all that id could be doing with franchises, I'm still excited for the Space Marine game. The Space Marine game is going to be a fucking masterpiece. He said, "Give Fallout to Square because they can make a Final Fantasy 16 80% cutscenes, 20% gameplay." Uh huh. See, I wouldn't want that because I like playing games. I like playing games. I don't like watching games too much. Like if they have like cutscenes, it's fine. Cutscenes are fine. Cutscenes are beautiful. Diablo 4 has some beautiful ass cutscenes. They were kind of long, but like they were far in between. That like you didn't really have to worry about watching too many fucking cutscenes for this game. But if you can literally play the whole game by watching fucking cutscenes, and the battle sequences just mean nothing because the cutscenes are gonna put the battle in it anyway, then you know your game is not a game to be played. It's to be watched. Because you can fight a boss in Final Fantasy 16, and then in the cutscene is when the boss dies, even though you killed that bitch after hitting this motherfucker with the same combo for 20 minutes. Then you kill it in a fucking cutscene or a QTE event, and then the cutscene hits, and you're like, okay, now you watch as you win, and then you talk to some people, and then some shit happen, and you're like, okay, when do I get to walk back to the camp? Oh no, they teleport back. You don't even get to see the fucking sequence of them walking back to the camp. Fuck no, bro. They just end up there getting drunk and shit. And you're like, okay, nigga, am I gonna play this game? No. Cause then you go from cutscene to another fucking cutscene. And you're like, wait, am I in the future now? Yes, you're in the future. Watching another cutscene of another battle that you're not a part of. And I'm like, Final Fantasy, bro, can you let this nigga play the game, please? I was begging for this nigga to play the game. And I'm just watching him play the fucking game. Or you just watching him watch the game. Any news on Mass Effect and Dragon Age? Hell no, bro. I'm disappointed. EA has just be... I mean, they just being EA. They changing their formation and shit like that, though. So, like, EA games and EA are kind of, like, separating. Because EA Sports and EA Games and stuff like that, they make different shit. So, they're, like, split into two segments of EA. And now they're going to, like, grow separately. And I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but are y'all going to innovate? Are y'all going to add new things to these games? We don't know. We don't know what EA is doing. But hold on. You saw it really mess up the gaming world with these movie-like games and getting people to accept the normal video games. I hate it. I mean, Sony really did that shit with The Order. When The Order came out and you didn't play that fucking game, and when you did, the AI was so stupid that you literally didn't have to move, and the AI would just die in front of you. When The Order came out and it did that, and people accepted it, even though it got terrible reviews, it kind of did, but everybody was like, "Oh, give it a chance. It's a good game. The story's great." And you watch the fucking game. You don't play The Order. You watch The Order. And I'm like, that's bad. Then you start watching God of War. You start watching The Last of Us. You watch The Last of Us so much that they made a fucking TV show of the exact game. So you can watch that shit again. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? And that's what Sony does. That's what Sony does. That's the type of game they want because it's easy to get into. It's easy for gamers to pick up a controller and watch the game be played. They don't really have to do much. There's no real interaction. They can put some QTEs in there, just a little bit, just to like keep you engaged. So you don't just sit there with the controller on the countertop or something, just looking at it. Like, oh, you have to like interact a little bit. Like with these fucking Pokemon boss battles in Final Fantasy 16, where you watching these niggas beat the shit out of each other, and then sometimes you gotta tap fucking triangle to throw fireballs with auto aim on, so you don't even have to do shit but fucking tap triangle the whole time. And then they go into another sequence where they're fighting each other, and you're like, okay, I wish I can do that in this game. No, you fucking can't. And then you gotta tap triangle again, maybe hit square, and it's like, this is the game. This is 100 out of 100, 10 out of 10. Would recommend to everybody. Game of the year. You don't even get to fucking play. And I'm like, yikes, bro. I'd rather be playing Starfield. I'd rather play fucking Starfield. Why the hell would I play Final Fantasy when I can literally just fly around the universe and do fuck shit for hours on end? Just making shit up. I'm like in Elden Ring again, bro. I still ain't finished Elden Ring because I've been fucking around in that game. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing no more. But I've played so many hours of Elden Ring fucking around that I feel like nigga, this is the game for me. I'm role playing the bitch with a hammer. Going around beating shit up with a hammer, bro. Like, I'm just fucking around in that game. Having a good old time. It's not about getting to the ending for me. Even though I want to beat the fucking game eventually. I got so much shit to play that I kind of just throw it to the back burner. I come back. Quick resume in. But yeah, it's one of those things that like, come on now, what is going on in the gaming industry right now? And I'm kind of happy that Microsoft doesn't make games like that. They did. Microsoft made one game like that, and they learned their lesson. And that was from Remedy. There was Quantum Break, where they literally had episodes in the middle of gameplay that was like 30 minutes long, that you had to watch the whole thing that you just did in live action. And they stopped making games like that instantly. Why? Because people shit on them for it. They're like, why the fuck do I have to watch an unskippable fucking TV episode after every mission? But then Sony lets Square Enix does it. And it's fine. It's a 10 out of 10, 100. Alright, bro. Hey, it's good coming out. Thanks everybody for pulling up. We've been talking this Gaming News Weekly. We've been live for a long time, actually. It's crazy how long we could be doing Gaming News Weekly just talking about gaming news, enjoying ourselves, having a good old time. And then you realize that it is almost 2 hours in. I need to start like setting a schedule for how long Gaming News Weekly be, because sometimes we go for like 2 hours. And that shit is crazy. That's just kind of crazy. But I mean, gaming news is one of those things that a lot of things happen. Nintendo haven't been doing much. They had Nintendo Direct, actually. They announced Mario's RPGs coming back. They announced some other stuff. I forget what it was. But Nintendo actually did quite a bit. I just forget what they all announced. I should have wrote it down. Why the fuck didn't I write it down? Cause yeah, Mario's getting a remake. There's something else that they announced at the Nintendo Direct. and I can't remember what the hell it is. I'm upset, bro. I'm ruining my own Gaming News Weekly because I forgot the Nintendo news. There was so much Xbox news, and then Final Fantasy came out that like they took everything. They literally took everything. I was in this motherfucker ranting, bro. But that's exactly what the hell they did. But I think I'm gonna end this right here. So thank y'all for coming out, for watching, for commenting. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Cause I mean, this Gaming News Weekly. We do this every week. It's a good time. The FTC shit is gonna be going on. I think I need to make a video on it because there's also an interview Todd Howard had with the XCast at Kinda Funny Gaming. I need to react to that. So be looking out for that video. And hey, this has been Gaming News Weekly. Hope everybody had a good time. I did too. Now I'm about to go play some games. So I'll see y'all in the next one.